Sleepless in Seattle. Mariner fans scratching their heads. Seems like their franchise is taking a step back this year. So we're going to take a look into it. So before we even get into stats, let's take a look at a live action. On the road against the Atlanta Braves, tough matchup, almost reverse records. Spencer Strider on the mound. Let me tell you, the Mariners have struggled offensively. This is definitely not going to help. Great ERA, 4-1 on the season. Don't really know what you want to call what's on the mound for the Mariners. This is going to be rough, I think, but he didn't really pitch as bad as I thought he might. See, the Mariners trying to get something going early. Crawford draws a wild pitch, or well, it stands there for a wild pitch, 0-2 count. Full count, all the way back for a walk, so Strider losing control in that at-bat. Seattle, big opportunity to try to put something on the board. Tommy La Stella, former Angel, up to bat, 2-2 count. He goes. That's a tough one there. That's ball 3. Runners going, base hit for sure would put 2 on the board. Strider gets out of it. Mariners can't do anything with it. And usually when something bad happens, it's followed by something worse. First pitch, Ronald Acuna Jr., the superstar, coming up big with a home run. So his team, or his pitcher, fights out of a jam. He hits his 7th of the season, 1-0 Atlanta. Later on, you can see Freelander pitching pretty good. But Travis d'Arnaud, he also goes deep. Solo shot for him. 2-0 Atlanta in the bottom of the 5th. Travis's 6th of the season. Teammates loving it. Suarez, runner on third. Just Seattle struggling to get anything going offensively. The ground out. Tough luck. Still down 2-0. Colton Wong, this is a fun one here. Lefty. Goes the other way. Something that Wong has not done very great in his career. And definitely not in this season. Coming up with a big hit lefty with runners in scoring position. Hey, cutting to the lead. Halfway there, 2-1. Next up, Gavin Lux. He unfortunately goes the other way, right to the shortstop. So it's still 2-1. Bottom of the 7th. Oh my goodness, Arcia. Look at that bomb. Is he hitting in Coors Field? What a moonshot. 4-1. Man, 2nd of the season. He doesn't hit many of them. 432. It felt like it was 470. Man, that ball flew off the bat. Cunha left later. Bases loaded. A freebie. The easiest RBI you'll ever have. Just standing there. 5-1. And that'd be the final score. So Seattle, only 1 run, 5 hits. Ouch. 9 Ks. We're going to have to talk about this lineup. Look at that. 7 and 8 spots. Batting under 200. Long not batting well either. You don't like it. Started in pitch bad. 2 solo shots. But Casey didn't do anything to help the cause. Obviously the offense couldn't help much either. 11 hits for the Braves. 3-4 guys in double or multi-hit games. 2 home runs. We saw those. Sorry, 3 home runs. We saw those. Spencer Strider, 3 hits. No runs allowed. 6 innings. 8 Ks. Love to see it. Spencer Strider pitching well, but that's not what we're focusing on. What is going on with the Mariners? What is going on? So one of the big things that we've been kind of looking at, we talked about it in the stream, and we've seen it in some of the games we watch. What's wrong with the Seattle Mariners? Well, I can tell you what's wrong. Let's go look at their lineup, and you can kind of get an idea for why they're struggling. So they did make a recent trade. As we saw Gavin Lux, newly acquired, batting 300. Will that continue? Who knows? But this is something the Mariners do need production at the plate. So you see, he's young, obviously has a ton of potential. We'll see what he develops into. But the big thing is this: Colton Wong was really struggling earlier in the season. He's recently got his average above 220. So he's hitting 227 for a good chunk of the season. He's batting under 200. So you have adding in Lux. Teoscar, can't complain about his production. Julio Rodriguez would love to see the batting average up, but the power is certainly there. Suarez, 271, power certainly there. Pollock, you run into the trouble here though. Cal. So he's got the home runs. Six seems to be a popular number. Obviously, you can see massive power there. It's the contact though. 168, OBP at 257. He's been atrocious at the plate. If he doesn't hit a home run, he's been a wash. And JP Crawford as well, batting 185. So if you look at it, you have Crawford, Cal. Wong recently got above 220. He was batting under 200, and then Cole Calhoun has played a sizable amount of time. He's starting to recently come out the lineup, 143. So you were at one point having 4 guys on the team that are batting sub 200. It's really hard to win when you're getting no production at the plate whatsoever. So we talked about it on stream. 1, 2, 8, 9. For a sizable amount of the season to this point, we're batting under 200, which means 3 through 7 have to produce in order for you to get anything going. If they don't, you have almost half your lineup, 9 spots. 4 of the 9 spots have been pretty much dead weight. That's got to turn around. Julio, you'd like to see his average up, but it's one of those things when everyone else around you is not doing well. Like, you don't have guys batting in front of you that are able to get on base. So it's making it difficult for you because you would like to have guys on base. Pitchers tend to pitchers can make more mistakes when there are runners on base pitching from the stretch. When you're always batting, or it feels like you're always batting with no one on base, it's really difficult to be productive, especially when you're in the heart of the lineup. Pitching wise, Robbie Ray injured. He's going to be out for a little bit. They could use his arm, especially with the lack of run production. You really could use his arm right now. Castillo, Gilbert, these 2 guys are doing their job. You see whips, both low, especially Gilbert's. Ray's really, really good. The ERA sub 2.6, love to see it. So that the top of their rotation is not an issue. Marco, we always joke about this with Bo. He has not pitched well. He's in the bottom of the rotation. You really hate to see it. ERA, 8 starts, an ERA of over 8. That's not just one bad outing, that's multiple. That's going to have to change, especially when you're not getting any run production from the guys in your lineup. The good thing, though, is when they do turn it over to the pen, when they can get the game to the end. You see Munoz has been really, really good. 13 of 13 on save attempts, 1.54 ERA, over a strikeout per outing. The thing is, you have to be able to hand the game over to them. That's the struggle that they have going on right now. You can see in terms of the playoff picture, they are 11 games back. So just look at this. They have barely put up more runs than the A's. We have clearly just shit on the A's in real life and in this franchise pretty much every day. But they are barely playing or producing more than them. So you're barely scoring more runs. And because of the end of the rotation, you're struggling with allowing runs too. If you're not going to score, the best thing you can do is just stop giving up runs. They can't do that either. Maybe they need to play more night games. You can see 4 and 13 during the day. So they're 11 back. Though Ohtani is injured, the Angels are probably going to slide back to the pack more, but the Mariners' first priority should be getting to 500. They're 11 games under. and you can see they're 8 games back in the wild card hunt. Are they out of it? No. Playing Atlanta now certainly is not helping because they're not gonna have easy opportunities to win games. They're gonna have to find a way to turn it around. We'll look at their schedule, see what they have coming up. Oh, look at that! How convenient. You have the A's coming up for 4. You got the Pirates for 3. So you have 2 teams with really bad records at home to try to take advantage of. And then projecting out going further along, it's not going to get any easier. The Yankees, Texas, San Diego, the Angels. The month of June is going to be really, really rough. Miami, struggling Baltimore, and Washington. Everybody else, solid teams. Wins would be tough to come by, and even going into the All-Star break, yeah, Houston, Tampa, San Francisco. They just have to try to tread water, get Ray back, and find their way to 500. If not, this season will be lost before the All-Star break.